Star Wars, a franchise that's not just a movie series but a cultural phenomena. From epic space battles to deep-rooted family conflicts, it has captured the hearts and minds of millions for over 4 decades. But today, we're venturing into controversial territory, ranking every Star Wars trilogy saga from worst to best. That means we'll be judging the prequel trilogy, the sequel trilogy, and the original trilogy. So buckle up and strap in, and remember that there's no such thing as safe in ranking the Star Wars fandom. So let's start with the saga that had to build the Star Wars universe from ground up, the prequels. Kicking off with The Phantom Menace in 1999, followed by Attack of the Clones, and ending with The Revenge of the Sith in 2005. This trilogy had the weighty responsibility of explaining the rise of the Empire and the fall of the Jedi. When The Phantom Menace debuted, fans were excited to see the return of the galaxy far, far away, but instead of lightsaber duels and starship battles, we got trade blockades, politics, and a gungan named Jar Jar Binks. However, The Phantom Menace still has its highlights: Qui-Gon Jinn, young Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course, the breathtaking duel with Darth Maul. Then came the Attack of the Clones, where we got more politics, but this time mixed with the love story that didn't quite stick the landing. Anakin's declaration that he hates sand became meme material, but this film introduced us to the Clone Wars, and we saw the beginnings of the galactic conflict that would tear the universe apart. But the prequels found redemption with The Revenge of Sith. This is where the trilogy truly shines. We witnessed the tragic downfall of Anakin Skywalker, his transformation into Darth Vader, and the birth of the Empire. That duel on Mustafar? Chills. The film alone lifts the prequels to a higher level. Now let's dive deep into the most polarizing saga of them all, the sequels. Kicking off with The Force Awakens, followed by Last Jedi, and concluding with The Rise of Skywalker, the sequel trilogy was Disney's attempt to reignite the Star Wars magic for a new generation. Nostalgic notes, it was fast-paced, visually stunning, and introduced us to new characters that captured our interest. Rey, Finn, Poe, and Kylo Ren quickly became household names. But let's not kid ourselves, this movie played it safe, borrowing heavily from A New Hope. And then came The Last Jedi, arguably the most divisive film in the Star Wars history. Director Rian Johnson flipped the script on everything we thought we knew. Luke Skywalker, the hopeful hero, had become a delusional recluse. Rey wasn't a Skywalker after all, and the movie's themes about failure and subverting expectations left fan either praising its boldness or feeling utterly betrayed. It was a Star Wars movie that divided the fandom like never before. Finally, The Rise of Skywalker tried to tie up all the loose ends. Unfortunately, it felt a bit rushed. Palpatine's sudden return from the dead, the whole Rey is a Palpatine twist, it all seemed like a scramble to close out the trilogy in a way that would please everyone, and in doing so it left many fans unsatisfied. While it gave us visually spectacular moments, it didn't land the emotional punches we were hoping for. Now we arrive at the saga that started it all, the original trilogy. A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi are not just movies or cultural touchstones. This trilogy laid the foundation for everything Star Wars was about to become. A New Hope introduced us to a young boy named Luke Skywalker, who would become the hero of an intergalactic rebellion. We met Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, and of course Darth Vader, arguably the greatest villain in cinema history. This was the beginning of a space opera unlike anything audiences ever seen. Then came The Empire Strikes Back, which is often hailed as one of the best sequels ever made. Darker, deeper, and more character-driven. This film flipped the galaxy on its head. Luke finds out that Vader is his father, Han is frozen in carbonite, and the rebels are left on the run. The stakes have never been higher. Finally, The Return of the Jedi was just perfect. The Emperor was defeated, Vader found redemption, and the galaxy celebrated its newfound freedom. Sure, it had Ewoks, but that final showdown between Luke, Vader, and Emperor? Perfection. So this was why the original trilogy is the best and purest. And there you have it, guys, the ultimate ranking of every Star Wars saga, from the controversial prequels to the ambitious and inconsistent sequels. And of course, the timeless original trilogy. Each of these sagas contributed something unique to the Star Wars universe, but in the end, it's hard to deny the power and the impact of the original trilogy. Do you agree with this ranking, or do you have a different one in mind? Let us know in the comments below which Star Wars saga reigns supreme for you. May the Force be with you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more galactic content.